So first of all, holy shit, everything's red.
Everything's on fire.
Everything's red. It's not blue anymore. In my head, Mass Effect is blue. That's crazy. I didn't know that the whole thing turned red. That's crazy. All right. Yeah.
This is where the action starts.
It's like Persona with the color changes. Yeah. Make a Persona comparison right off the bat. All right. So, yes.
What's happening?
Well, Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox. Okay.
All right.
So please understand that, as announced, I initially wanted to just play Mass Effect 2 because I've never played it, and I was gonna do that with Lil V, and then once we picked it up and went, okay, we're gonna go through it, but it's like, oh, you never played Mass Effect 1, so then we said, okay, how about Reggie plays Mass Effect 1 and then I can play 2 and you won't be so lost in the sauce about whatever's going on. I would like my first effect with the game, my first time playing the game to, not be side saddle necessarily.
That's fair.
Understandably, I think that's a little fair. Okay, so that being said, we're moving on, and I'm going to be playing. So this is the Legendary Edition of Mass Effect 2, but alongside that, there are more things.
Okay.
That you should know as a viewer going into this, because if you're one of the folks who knows this game like the back of your hand, you might be a little bit confused about some of the things you see. There are some modifications that I'm playing that have been, recommended by people who know. So shoutouts, of course, to Azuna for her incredible work in getting a bunch of stuff together, helping out with the save file, helping out with the patches and mods and fixes and things to get a good version of this set up. So we are in fact using I'm gonna do an import character. So we're gonna import a character in, which is gonna have some choices that have been made that are not the same as creating a new character, because side missions and things like that get forgotten and ignored if you just go with a brand new character from scratch.
Oh.
So there's also an unofficial LE2 patch which is applied, which does some basic bug fixes. There is some class modification, so we'll get to that once we get to the screen. Guns are not restricted by class.
Interesting.
Crouch is back in the game, therefore theoretical teabagging is back in the game.
Back in the game? They removed it?
Uniform bug issues are fixed, codec bug issues are fixed, hair for certain characters has been fixed, faces have been fixed, and we have a safer skip button for the dialogue wheel. So ultimately, this is a modified version of the game. This is actually not the experience people had the first time they played it.
Okay.
But I hear this is the optimum way to play.
Let's enjoy it then.
Let's enjoy. As soon as my controller decides to stay on.
Uh-oh. The ghosts are back. The ghosts controlling the controller.
There we are.
New game.
Yeah. So I do know that some of that stuff, I mean, and I'm sure we'll discuss, but there's going to be a very different experience with some of the way combat is going to play out in this compared to what people know. I think we're going to be going with Blue Shepard.
Oh, word? Oh, word. Okay. All right, big bro.
The moment you entered Red, into that creator, and I went, really? In my head, instantly I went, in
Blue.
Mass Effect 2, we're playing as Blue Shepard. Instantly. The set, you can probably find the frame where in my head I went, ooh.
Ah.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Come on, that's
pretty
cool.
cool.
Okay.
I dig it. I dig
Okay. You can probably find the exact moment when you put that name in, and I went like, this is okay.
So was it? Was it?
Let's import Blue Shepard, shall we?
All right.
All right. So, auto level up off, combat. We'll keep it on normal. I've had suggestions to bump it up, but we'll keep it on normal for now. Squad power usage. Subtitles on. I'm going to keep this on as well, and if I get more comfortable with the abilities and stuff, I'll let it take over. Yeah. So I think that'll be fine. I have no problem switching things up once I get a little more comfy with how the systems play. Okay. So, name. Blue Shepard. Rank. 60. Military specialization. WoolieVersus.
Look at this guy. Okay.
Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting. Psychological profile.
Paragon. Commander Shepard followed the Paragon path. Oh. Look at that.
Status of Rex.
Yeah. Still alive. Still alive.
Mission in action. Ashley Williams was killed on Vermeer.
Rest in peace.
Council history.
The council was lost during the attack on the Citadel.
It is your exact decisions. Except for the character themselves and their origins.
That's fair.
We're mirroring the choices that were made.
Cool.
Okay? So, it's a different person.
It's very nice.
But the consequences of your actions echo and continue forward.
Yeah. Oh, interesting game.
Interesting game.
Interesting.
Not many games do this thing.
Carrying the
save forward.
I've never played a game that does that personally.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. EA presents. Hey, Woolie,
it's in the game.
Have fun, buddy.
Shepard did everything right. More than we could have hoped for.
Commander Shepard uncovered the truth.
And still, it's not enough.
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack.
But they're sending her to fight Geth. Geth! We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow her. She's a hero, a bloody icon. But she's just one woman. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose her.
1 month after the devastating Geth attack on the Citadel, humanity seized the political control of the galaxy. Now, human-led council is forced to respond to evidence of Reapers, enormous machines that eradicate all advanced civilizations every 50,000 years, have returned. To quell the rumors, the council has sent Commander Shepard to the Normandy.
Whap whap. Yeah, we got the gist of it. Normandy. Yeah, that's the ship.
Disengaging FTL drives. Emission sinks active. Board is green. We are running silent.
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up and down this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
Everything looks a little better.
Yeah.
3
Looks
ships
better.
went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel. Looks like a cruiser.
Doesn't match any known signatures.
Cruiser is changing course. Now on intercept trajectory.
Can't be. Stealth systems are engaged. There's no way a Geth ship could possibly...
It's not the Geth. Brace for evasive maneuvers!
Oh, that ain't cool. Oh!
Presley!
XO Presley.
Multiple hull breaches! Weapons offline! Somebody get that fire out!
That's a severe attack. Shit, that was
Wilhelm scream.
Shepard!
Distress beacon is ready for launch. Will the Alliance get here in time? I'm not doing this just so they can find our frozen corpses. Get everyone onto the escape shuttles. Joker's still in the cockpit. He won't evacuate. I'm not leaving either. Get to the damn shuttles! I'll haul Joker's crippled ass out of here.
damn.
Shepard! Get the hell out of here!
Wow.
Everybody in! Go, go, go!
Blue is a bit savage with her words. Oof. Oh, that's brutal.
Get to the cockpit.
This is SSV Normandy!
Damn.
We've suffered heavy damage from an unknown enemy.
That's
Baby, hold together.
Same layout.
that's the Normandy. Oof. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Can I sprint? No.
What a wild start.
Damn. Set piece intro.
Is that like a field?
Come on, Joker. We have to get out of here.
Oh, helmet. Okay.
No, I won't abandon the Normandy! I can still save her!
The Normandy's lost. Going down with the ship won't change that.
Yeah, okay. Help me up.
Damn.
They're coming around for another attack. Watch the arm!
Just yank him the fuck out of there, man.
Just go.
My apes were in there. Yes. Yes, they were. The Normandy was also a wallet.
Bruh.
That was pretty hard.
Nope. Fear. Fear.
The cold dark of space.
No.
Spectre. Is that going to help you in the cold dark?
Oh, man.
Shepard?
So they're going to give you another character, right? Huh?
All that work for nothing. Mass Effect 2. Jesus Christ, man.
That's how they start us off.
Hey, time to make a new character. Whatever the fuck you just did doesn't matter.
Just roll the credits. It's fine.
No, so here's a fun thing about this game is that I remember, so there's a thing where you can see your previous game's choices, and it also acts as a creator if you're playing through it and deciding what happened.
Okay.
So we're going to recap those decisions.
Okay.
But if we were creating a new character for the first time,
You would be choosing.
you choose which one happened, and then that would
So when you have to like rescue Kaidan or Ashley,
It summarizes-
which one did you save?
exactly.
Oh.
So let's review the story so far. It's a fucking
And
awesome.
I get a chance to see what are the decisions that are like.
if you were using this to branch it,
Okay.
exactly.
Dark Horse Comics.
Just another routine mission. Why do they always say that before a mission? Of course it's routine. You haven't done anything yet. It's everything that happens along the way. The choices you make. The paths you choose. That turn the routine into anything but. Of course, that's how it started. A routine mission. Answering a distress call. And look where that got me. We were testing out the Normandy, Captain Anderson's new ship, when the distress call came in. An Alliance patrol on Eden Prime had been attacked. They'd seen something they couldn't explain. And whatever it was massive. I hit the ground with my lieutenant, Caden Alenko. A good kid, loyal, by the book, with a talent for biotics. We came across the lone survivor of the patrol, Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams. A soldier to the core. Tough, disciplined, ready to take on whatever came her way. Ashley joined up with us and took us to the spot where she lost her squad. That's when we saw it. The ship.
No mention of Jenkins.
Like nothing I'd ever seen.
None
It was
whatsoever.
massive, scorching the colony and everything around it as it blasted away. We followed the path of destruction to an artifact, a beacon left by a long-dead race called the Protheans. The colony had dug it up, and whoever attacked them had tried to take it. Lieutenant Alenko made the mistake of getting too close. Hit him with some type of energy. I grabbed him and threw him out of the way. That's when it hit me. Hard.
Could have been
Every
Alenko.
muscle in my
Could have
body
been.
went rigid. I couldn't move. Could barely
Could have been
breathe.
Kaiden.
Everything went black. And then I saw something. A vision. Dream. A nightmare.
Cool
By the
art.
time I woke up, we were halfway to the Citadel on our way to meet the Council. I was expected to explain what I'd seen. Anderson came along. So did Udina, our political representative on the Citadel.
Chump.
With those two heavyweights, it seemed reasonable we could persuade the Council that the ship we'd seen was a potential threat. As was the individual behind the attacks. The main
Heavyweights.
suspect for the Eden Prime massacre was a Turian Spectre named Saren. He'd been seen
Yeah.
by one of the survivors from the colony.
The
at
Anderson
Eden
right
Prime,
hook?
and there was
The
some
family
evidence
right
to
hook?
suggest that the ship was connected to
So
Saren.
good.
But even Udina's pointed accusations weren't enough to convince the Council. They just couldn't believe one of their chosen elite Spectres could be guilty of something like that. They needed proof, which meant I needed proof. Fortunately, I wasn't alone in my search. Garrus, another Turian, wanted to help. A top agent for Citadel security. Despite orders from his superiors that he shouldn't get involved, he told me he was suspicious of Saren and he had some useful leads. More importantly, he was willing to share them. That led me to Rex. The biggest, nastiest looking Krogan bounty hunter I'd ever seen. He turned
Weird
out
to
be
see him
more
from
than
the
just a
front.
brute. It was his
It's kinda like
intel
watching-
that
it's
led
like
us
The
to a
Simpsons from the
fugitive with
front.
incriminating evidence on Saren. The fugitive turned out to be an energetic little quarian named Tally. A tech expert with a knack for hacking, she'd procured some information on Saren. Evidence that proved Saren was dirty. Tally's evidence proved that Saren was responsible for the massacre on Eden Prime, and that the immense warship we'd spotted was in fact Saren's flagship. But it went much further. Saren was trying to find a way to bring back a race of sentient machines from dark space. Machines allegedly responsible for cleansing the galaxy of all organic life. These Reapers were blamed for wiping out all life 50,000 years ago, including the Protheans, then disappearing back through the mass relays to dark space, leaving no trace that they'd ever been. That explained why Saren was after the beacon, and it made some sense out of my visions, but not much else. We couldn't convince the Council that the Reapers were a threat.
Despite playing
But they
answering
agreed
machine
Saren had to be
messages.
stopped. They stripped him of his
Of
Spectre
evidence.
status and gave me the honor of becoming the first human Spectre.
Yeah.
My first task? Bring down Saren. Anderson decided to stay behind, giving up his ship, the Normandy. He told me I'd need it more than he would. He also pointed me in a direction. Liara. A Prothean expert, adept in biotics, and maybe most importantly, daughter of Benezia, Saren's top lieutenant. And like most Asari, as beautiful as she is intelligent, and born with a unique ability to meld with other species, Liara was able to help me decipher some of the vision the beacon had given me. Nothing concrete, but it gave me some clues.
Look at this push for Liara.
Appreciation for the Asari.
Can't hate.
Her technique for accessing my vision was unexpected.
Dot,
But not at all
appreciation.
Caden was a little concerned about the connection I shared with Liara. As commander, I knew either relationship had the potential to interfere
I
with
didn't
the
know
mission.
that.
Oh.
I told Liara about how I felt. Apparently, she felt it too.
Yeah.
But we agreed we wouldn't let it get in the way of our mission, finding Saren. Thanks to Liara's help, we had our next lead, Benezia. Saren had taken her to Noveria, where he'd enslaved the queen of a dangerous race of insect-like creatures.
All
the
choices,
Rachni.
Reggie.
Yep.
All
He
choices.
ordered Benezia to use the same technique Liara had used on me to extract information from the Rachni Queen. The Queen's drones were everywhere, and they were not happy. We had to fight through hundreds of them to get to Benezia. By the time we arrived, Saren was gone, with the information. I tried to reason with Benezia, but Saren had indoctrinated her. He had somehow acquired the ability to control people's actions and wills. Benezia wouldn't surrender, and Liara was forced to watch her mother die in her arms. And I was left with an angry, dangerous Rachni Queen to deal with. She claimed her drones would do no harm if I released her. But the Rachni had terrorized the galaxy before. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't doom an entire species for past sin.
I see.
And the Queen was true to her word. She left and took her army of drones with her. With Saren's top lieutenant dead, he was quickly running out of time and places to hide. I tracked him down at his base on Vermeer.
So these are where the choices
But we
get
soon
made,
learned
right?
it was more than a base of operations. It was a breeding ground. Saren was breeding an army of Krogan. He'd found a cure for the genophage, a disease inflicted on the Krogan to prevent them from breeding and taking over the galaxy. But the Krogan Saren was breeding were slaves, mindless beasts that obeyed Saren's will. I had to destroy the base and all its research.
More front
Rex
Krogan.
disagreed. Violently. Rex wanted the genophage cure for his people.
You don't like
I
it?
tried to convince him to help me destroy it, that these Krogan weren't real. But he wouldn't back down. Fortunately, Rex is smarter than he looks. He realized this wasn't the way to help his people, and that Saren was the real threat.
Yeah.
When we finally got to the center of
Just
the base,
draw him from the side,
I
goddammit.
realized just how close Saren was to completing his plan. He was already in communication with the Reapers. Sovereign, Saren's flagship we'd all assumed was just a ship, was a Reaper. It spoke to me, threatened me.
The sickest voice I've ever
I could
heard.
feel the menace it had for every living thing. It wanted me dead. It wanted us all dead. And I knew it was capable of doing just that. What I couldn't understand was why Saren would help it. But there was no time to think about it. Sovereign knew where we were. We had to destroy the base and get the hell out. I split my team into 2 squads, sending Ash with one and Caden with the other as a distraction. We had a nuke and we planned to use it. Before we could detonate the bomb, Saren showed up. We fought.
On a
I stalled him to
hoverboard.
make time for my team. And in talking to him, I realized the truth.
Damn.
It wasn't Saren who was indoctrinating
Saren
everyone.
sold out the universe
It
for a
was Sovereign,
hoverboard.
the Reaper.
It's almost like a
And
jetpack.
Saren was in deeper than all of them. He tried to convince me he was still in control. Said he'd found a way to reduce the Reaper's influence, but he was kidding himself. Or believing the lies Sovereign was telling him. Before I could convince him to stop, he ran, leaving me just seconds to extract my squad mates. I tried, but it wasn't fast enough. I could only save one of them. Ash was a good friend, and a great soldier. But I had to choose, and I chose Caden. That was the last time
Caden.
Saren would slip away from me.
And Kirahi.
I knew then, the next time we met, one of us would die. With my team mostly intact, we chased Saren and his army to Ilos, a long-lost planet that had once belonged to the Protheans. As we prepared for what we knew would be a desperate fight, I spoke to my crew. We were just one ship, against Saren's growing army. I assured them all that despite the odds, we could defeat him.
That's right.
But Liara saw through my words. She knew I was hurting after Ash's death.
Well, you know.
She could sense my doubts. We both knew this mission could be our last. Until that moment, we put our feelings aside for the sake of the mission. But why wait? We gave in to each other. And it was perfect. While it lasted. We arrived on Ilos close behind Saren. Once on the planet, we discovered a Prothean databank that helped me put the final pieces of
That's
my
true.
vision
We
together.
didn't get round 2.
The Reapers had come 50,000 years ago, and every 50,000 years before that, each time purging
Blue?
the galaxy of life.
Blue's on round 8.
The Protheans had fought.
The fuck
and
you
died
on
by
about?
every
Oh my God.
species before them. But
Splat
they
out!
survived long
Splat
enough to
out!
leave a parting gift.
Badoosh!
The Protheans had discovered that the Citadel was the key to controlling the mass relays. By sabotaging the Citadel, they found a way to close the relays to dark space.
Man, I did all the work for you.
The Reapers returned, giving us the time we needed to find a solution to stop the Reapers once and for all. Saren knew this. He was leading his army to take control of the Citadel and re-establish the relays to dark space, bringing the waiting Reapers here to destroy us all. We followed him to the Citadel. It was intact, but heavily damaged. He'd caught the
Oh my
Council
God,
fleet
look
by
at that.
surprise, and they were only now regrouping. And with Sovereign as his flagship, there was little hope that the fleets could counterattack with enough strength to take back the Citadel.
Is he more green than usual
Saren
there?
was done
On
running.
the top? Yeah, a bit.
Yeah, I
and
feel like
was
he's
done chasing him.
he's been tinted
As the
a
Alliance
little
and
more
Council
green than I
fleets battled
thought.
Might
Saren's
be the
army
lighting
outside the Citadel.
in
I
this
cornered
comic.
the Turian bastard in the Citadel tower and confronted him. He died believing that the Reapers would save him. As I fought to regain control of the Citadel, the Council's flagship, the Destiny Ascension, fell under attack. Despite Saren's death, Sovereign and Saren's army continued to fight. The Council was aboard the Destiny Ascension and they were requesting assistance. But I knew in order to help them, I would have to put our human alliance fleet in jeopardy. The Council could be replaced. The fleets were needed here and now if we were going to defeat Sovereign. Even with the Citadel back in my control, Saren defeated and the Normandy leading the combined galactic fleet. The battle against
Is that what
Sovereign,
you told the
a
press?
single Reaper, was relentless. It took the combined fleets of humanity and the other races.
That's
but
what we
in
told
the
Emily
end,
Wong.
Yep.
Sovereign fell. But the costs were immense. While humanity's efforts in the war earned us our first seat on the Council, it was a hollow victory. The Reapers were still out there. I knew the fight was far from over, but as the one who'd led the fight against Saren, I was given new responsibilities. The choice of humanity's first counselor was left to me to decide. On the one hand, Udina, the lifetime politician, ruthless
Glass
and
Joe.
ambitious. He would easily navigate the political landmines that would soon be placed before him. The other choice, Captain Anderson, the career soldier. Tough but fair, but a friend, and someone I could trust.
Goliath from
Both great
Gargoyles.
leaders in their own right. Anderson didn't want the job, which was a sure sign he'd be perfect for it. no ambition to get in the way. The war was over. The threat had passed. In time, the Council would rebuild itself. The Citadel could be repaired. Even the pain of lost friends would fade. But none of that mattered if the Reapers were still out there. And if they were all as powerful as Sovereign, we had to find a way to stop them. I had to find a way. I gathered my crew, took my ship, and went in search of answers. Officially, the Council would only say I was assigned cleanup duty, routing out any remnants of Saren's army. Just another routine mission.
Yeah. So now what?
Oh, intro FMV or what?
Commander Shepard has been recovered. The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
Lazarus Project, of course. Always a Lazarus Project. We can rebuild her. Stronger. Faster. Better, but we don't have the money. How much do we have? About 350?
just do nothing. This way. There we go.
Reconstruction. That's fun. Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can rock a little something that the game lets you do, which, if we customize appearance, we should be able to, because this is another really cool thing. Paste your creation code to the bottom of the screen and get your own character from the previous game imported into the new game.
That's so cool. Just with this little code.
Just
there.
with that code. Those are all your choices. And just like that, I took a prepped create a character from the last game and dropped it in. Incredible. Like, no other games I can think of that I know like have this level of like thoroughness with bringing your character forward. So, funny enough, this is kind of what my character looked like when I first played Mass Effect 1 on my own as well, right? So
where did you get this code? Is it from?
This code came from Mass Effect 1.
And you played...
I opened up Mass Effect 1, you created a new file,
took the code,
created a character, didn't launch the save, but I copied the save, didn't number down, and then I basically remade the Shepard that I made from when I first played the game way back when. Cool. And I'm pasting it here, and this is what it is. So the game lets you do that. Super cool. I mean, it's improved over the Mass Effect 1 version, but that just like saves a lot of time, you know? Very, very awesome. So now that we're also here, and you can see we're doing Blue Shepard, a Femme Shep run, and so on. It's not that I didn't seriously think about going, what if we just like continued through with the same save file? I really want to take another second to, now that the reveal is here, say that I also considered how cool it would be to go through the series and also experience both male and femme shep experiences and the differences between the two, and a more complete experience of the game.
Yeah.
Right? Because I never saw like male shep before. I only played it that one way. So that when you ran through with like
was a new experience for you.
That was new, right? And at the same time, like there's the fact that you have the different romantic choices and interests as well that can be interesting. So like that perspective is kind of fun to be able to see how you can play it out differently, you know? And two, Jen fucking Hale, as you can hear, is awesome.
I hear her and you get that vibe. There's a vibe.
Awesome as Shepard. And I really also wanted to have that experience as well. You know, so like at the end of the day, like it was also a matter of like, let's get that side of it on camera as well, and so at least we get a cool version of both, you know, that we can see here, which is like a unique experience versus just one way.
Yeah.
So that was kind of also my thought process on it.
So you don't need to change anything, basically.
We're good to go.
Can you turn the head and everything? Yeah.
We can. Yeah.
Wow, that's a flexible neck.
I think the lipstick is a little more pronounced than I originally made it. Yeah. I originally didn't have that intense lip color to it. I just kind of had it normal colored. So let me just adjust that real quick. And then we're good to go.
Yep.
Yeah. There we go.
Back to life.
So, the only difference between red and blue in those decisions is when it came time to push for the threesome, Blue just went, "You in or you out?" And Ashley went, "Fine, I'm out."
I see.
I was like, "All right."
Peace.
There you go.
Oh, right. Okay. Much more decisive.
All right.
All right.
So, Soldier. As we know, we've got the Soldier class.
Yes.
The difference, of course, that I've been explained is that heavy armor is not a restriction thing anymore that you have to worry about. So they've revamped a lot of the combat and a lot of the balances as well, right? So you don't have to worry about it that as much if you're doing a big run and gun style, which I was originally thinking about doing, considering how I wanted heavy armor, and I was like, I'll leave my team to have abilities.
Okay.
Kind of like, you know, what you were in the middle of like realizing about.
Yeah, I morphed into that role pretty quickly.
But it turns out they went through the trouble of like, well, not went through the trouble. They improved it because a lot of that stuff wasn't as fun as it could have been, especially since the powers were not as good as your guns would be, just blazing right off the bat, right? So, with that said, it looks like there's a couple of new choices on the list here. Let's take a look. So you got the guns, you've got the infiltrator, and the thing I guess with these is that they each have unique abilities as well that are part of them. Vanguard was originally in the third slot, but it's now been replaced with your original WoolieVersus. So let's see what Azina has to say. An Azina original, bringing everything unique to Commander Shepard to the table. This includes L5N implants, enabling a powerful biotic charge for closing distances rapidly. L5X implants, creating micro-singularities for potent crowd control and area denial. Advanced ablation armor systems, able to detonate an area clearing pulse. A cloaking system. Whoa, that's a little fast. A cloaking system allowing for tactical repositioning and powerful stealth attacks. And ocular synaptic processors to seemingly slow down time with boosting damage while boosting damage output. So it looks like the mouse is going to have to save. It's going to have to save the day here. Power training, biotic charge, singularity, tactical cloak, tech armor, adrenaline rush, throw,
nice.
Weapon training, no SMGs, but only because the wheel can't hold 6 types, and those have to overlap with some rifles in usage.
Okay.
Ammo training, Your squad mates can provide ammo types at level 4. Otherwise, you'll be able to add an ammo power via bonus talents later.
Okay.
This does notably exclude the engineer's combat drone, as that will be available via squad mates as well. Though as retained for some simple combo interplay, this mod should also include some basics like fixing broken codex triggers, fixing Kelly's hair, and of course, teabagging. So, so this is to say, as it's been explained to me, that each ability, each class has an ability that's unique to it, and what this does is, but if you put it, each has a unique ability. At the same time, you can have biotic abilities and tech abilities and hacking and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so what this does is it takes away all those tech and biotic abilities that I would otherwise have, and it replaces them with the unique Shepard abilities, right? And so the idea behind that is to essentially have the ability to see what the other classes could do, and then the abilities that were biotic and tech are now going to be specifically handled by the support team.
Okay.
Right? So that's what it is. It's like you only have unique classes. You don't have the ability to do the other stuff. So lots of people, lots of reactions to this. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I'm trusting that this is going to be okay. I think it sounds like something that will allow us to see more of what the game has to offer.
I think it sounds super cool.
In one run. I think it sounds cool as well.
I think it sounds amazing.
We're not going to do multiple runs with multiple classes, so I think it'd be really cool to be able to see most of what's in store.
The game, we're going through the story.
But I do know that it is not the original preserved experience. So there might be opinions about that. I'm trusting, of course, that it's going to be okay.
Should be good.
Okay.
Should be good. Thank you for your efforts, Asuna.
Okay. Now, I don't know how this affects, like, combat as a whole, but I would, I'm going to guess that these abilities are going to be pretty strong. So, if the suggestion is that I bump up difficulty by somewhat, then I don't mind doing that. I'm open to suggestion here, as you can see, because I'm basically playing a modified version of Mass Effect 2 set up for this experience.
Right.
Which is admittedly not the default experience, and I'm aware of that, but I'm hoping this will lead to a better LP. Anyways, we're going with this. All right?
Personally, like, if we're playing the game, it should be for the story and the characters.
Yes.
So the fighting, I'm seeing more things, but I'm happy with it.
But I also want to enjoy. I guess I'm also going back to this to figure out and appreciate why people like this game so much.
Right.
And it's not that experience, so it's not lost on me that I'm getting a different version of that. Part of the reason why I go back to these games is to
feel it,
to see what's up.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of me that's kind of like, well, okay, just keep in mind this is different, But yeah. I think that's fine. So my origins, by the way, are Earthborn and Ruthless. So not the same.
I see.
Spacer, Soul Survivor class that you went with. All right. So there you go. Let's do it. It's interesting that it says that Blue went Paragon. I was like, oh, did she?
Outside stimuli.
It's not my recollection of events, but sure.
Oh my God, Miranda. I think she's waking up.
Damn it, Wilson. She's not ready yet. Give her the sedative. Shepard, don't try to move. Just lie still.
Oh, that hand was messed up.
Heart rate's still climbing. Brain activity is off the charts.
Shit, I took a sip but I missed it.
Pushing into the red
What was
zone.
it?
It's not working.
Another dose.
It was like all dark.
That's Steve Blue?
Heart rate dropping. Stats falling back into normal range.
Yeah.
That was too close. We almost lost her.
I told you your estimates were off. Run the numbers again.
Hey, you're being taken care of. That's good.
Wake up, Commander.
pistol doesn't have a thermal clip.
It's a med bay. We'll get you. Keep your head down, Shepard. Shield yourself from someone's hacking security trying to kill you. Look for a thermal clip for your pistol.
All right. It also said pick up armor, didn't it?
Armor? I didn't.
All right. One quick second here. Let's take a look now that we can.
Oh, codex on top. No equipment tab.
Perfect. Let's make a new save. And let me... Oh, is it not going to... it still won't show me the controller layout completely. Okay. Alright.
Oh, and controls it didn't show?
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't have the full... Just the full button layout, which I like to take a look at before running it.
Get moving.
Reload, huh?
Set up a barricade to try holding the mechs off.
Alright, and we'll bury you there. Take cover. Forward and A to vault.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't have that.
Look out!
Hack mech.
We need to get to the shuttles.
Ooh.
Follow her directions to escape.
Thank you for giving us the journal notes on the side.
And, but here's what you did have, which people usually don't.
Yes.
There you go.
Rituals.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So.
You know what's funny about this?
Yeah?
I had a fight with my friend because I said I didn't understand teabagging in fighting games. So then he was like hearing out Mass Effect. Like, dude, what?
So you have to reload now. Interesting. I didn't know they did that. Okay.
Shepard, security mechs are closing in on your position. Take cover.
Do I have a whoa.
Wow, this is so precise. Like that bullet that missed, I feel like in the first one it would have hit like huge hitboxes. I would just like flick on the enemies and they would get shot.
Nice work, Shepard. Coast is clear.
Okay. So yeah, if click L3 is not sprint, what is? A. Okay, there we go.
What's this?
Did I automate it? No? Did I?
I'm so confused.
Is that a pickup? Okay. No. Alright, ammo. It's ammo and I'm already maxed out. Okay. So walking over it will automatically probably just pick it up then without having to press A. Alright, duly noted. Shit going on into there.
Oh, that's a big... Oh!
Don't waste time. I can't keep the mechs distracted for long.
Good luck, folks.
More reinforcements heading your way. Grab the grenade launcher. Here come the mechs. Use the grenade launcher to take
Alright.
them out.
Uh-oh.
Take the elevator down one floor.
Let's clean up. Oh no, the flames!
Get to the door. Run.
A to storm through the fire.
Nice.
To the limit, to the wall.
Doing Shep. Head to the next room.
Let's not blow ourselves up.
Shepard, read me. I've got them closing in on my position.
Uh-oh.
Do I? Yeah, so can I actually just like... Whoop. Yeah! we got
Already with the tech?
We got abilities, baby!
Are you guys okay?
Allied force casualty.
No. Not okay.
That hurt.